Hello, my good friends out there in the wonderful world of Lithis. We have a new Sprite that just came out called the Divine Deer, and we're going to go over its skills, and we're going to go over what its Sprite bonds do, and how this is probably going to be one of the must-have Sprites. I already know a handful of the top players in the game wailed out and got this thing up to 13, 14. One guy got up to 15 stars, and it's definitely a game changer. So let's just, before we start convoking here, I have 48 tickets on our free-to-play account, and we'll see how high we can get it. I have another account here that I went up to 7 stars, so it unlocked 2 Sprite blessings, which in the achievements will give you bonuses. For every one of these you unlock and get up to the mythic level, you get a 0.5%, then a full percent. But let's just go back and take a look at what this new Sprite does. Alright. And it says right here, when the front row ally champions cast their ultimates, they gain bonus damage for 6 seconds. While active, their attacks reduce the target's healing and healing received by 12% for 3 seconds. Okay? This effect stacks up to 3 times, and new stacks refresh the duration. This effect can be triggered once every 10 seconds. So this is probably going to be one of the answers to some of the timeout issues people are having with killing off Void Lords and Void Guardians, but they just don't seem to want to die. And I know with the blue potion adding so many shields, and the Wraith and Sprite adding shields on top of that, plus some people use Steadfast or Barrier, it can get quite difficult to sometimes finish off someone. Now, also to keep in mind, whenever you're doing sprites or you're keeping an eye on sprites, you need to be mindful of the sprite bonds. Okay? Sprite bonds are actually more important than any individual sprite. So here we have the Imp, we have the Divine Deer, and this Lion guy. And right now, this sprite bond is only at level 2. And at level 2, it says here, increase allies' back row champion strength for the first 30 seconds of the battle. Alrighty? So, I'm not sure how much it'll increase or what it turns into when you get it up to a very high level, but this is a significant bonus. Not to mention, when you look at this, when you start up and level up the sprites, you unlock bonuses like 6% here, 6% here, another 60% here. And as you take them up, if you look at this Sprite bond, you get these 25% bonuses. And for this specific one, it says here, increase allied tanks' strength resistance by 15% for the first 30 seconds of battle. So when you're collecting your sprites, you need to level them up together to unlock and maximize those bonuses, because they make a real big difference in the game. Now, that being said, I will say right now, if I had $1,000, I would have taken this thing up to 15 stars, but not all of us live in that kind of world, so I was lucky to get it up to 7 on my own account. And next convoke, I'll try to get it up to 10, and then when it shows up in sprite chests, that's when I will start to really level it up. But now let's do some convoking. 1 ticket. Let's see, our first spin is, of course, a very disappointing spin. No chests. There are 2 chests right there. Now, I think we need 10 chests to unlock them. And then I'm probably not going to be able to... Oh, there's a 6er. So I think we have 8 right now. All right, so now we already have enough to unlock the guy. And now let's just see how good we can do. As you see, the drop rate of chests get better when the number of tickets you need go up. And it'll go from 1 to 2 to 4 to 8. 8 is the last pull before it resets back to 1. And when it's in when it's 8 tickets for a pull, you really hope you get the jackpot, which is 50 chests. That could be for any of the sprites, but mainly on these events, you want to use them for the new one, because Goat Games does not update any of their packs. So you're not going to see the Divine Deer on sale for months. Okay, another 2 pull. Let's see. And you see I'm getting a lot of food that levels up the sprites. I'm getting some of the potions, which you use for blessings. Another 6 chests. That's pretty good. Another 12. I'm actually having a pretty good run here on this account. Let's see, another 10 piece. Okay, so I'm out of tickets. Well, I have 2 left. Let's see. There's another 10. So at the end of the day, we got 60. You got 60 chests. So go into your bag. Just move myself over here. There he is. So let's just pop 30. I think that'll take him up to level 2 or 3. Go into your Sprite haven in case you're a new player, you're not sure where to go. Click right down here, and it's the newest one, so it's at the bottom. And boom, there's the Divine Deer. And like I said, front row allies get a bonus, and then it goes into every 10 seconds you could prevent the other team from healing, which is huge because there are some traits out there now you can take off and replace, like Obliterate, which I think comes on the Warbringer. It slows down the person you're fighting's ability to heal Constitution. Now you can take that out and put a new trait in there that does something different that you might need. All right, let's take this up another level. All right, level 2, we unlock the Blessing, a Sprite affix. And every time you get a Sprite affix up a rarity, you get a bonus once you start. Once it becomes purple, you get a little bit of a stat bonus. When it becomes legendary, you get an F% to the stats on this thing. And when you get it to mythic, you get a full percentage. So, you know, before things reset, make sure you use and work on all your blessings on all the champs, even the ones you don't use, because you need them all at mythic to maximize your bonuses, blessings, and bonds. And you see some of the achievements here for getting it up to level 2. It's not a lot, but they get bigger as the star level grows. And that's it for the Divine Deer. I'm very confident you're going to see this 2 or 3 months from now. A lot of players are going to be running this as one of their main sprites, one of the top 3. And that's all I have for this one. You guys have a great day and enjoy the rest of the week. Goodbye.